The next concept I want to introduce you to is called as Maslow's need for hierarchy. Now, what is this? This is again common for everybody. I'll just explain you the structure of needs. As I said, want, and our wants come from, but basically, wants are something which are built upon our needs. So the fundamental structure of a want is like a need, and once the needs get fulfilled, then they start taking shape in terms of clouds of wants. So let's look at the various needs. Bottom line, at the lowest level, is the biological need. So we all have the need to eat food, breathe, water, shelter, even sex for that matter. All these are biological needs, and these biological needs are the same as they are for any animal or any plant or any other life source which is there on the universe. So in universe, every living thing has a biological need, and that need bottoms down to food and growing and sex and procreation. All this becomes the need of uh, every living being. So biological needs is the foundation or the fundamental need for every living being. But as you are able to grow and as you are able to use your mind, you go to the next level. You rise up to the next level of psychological needs. Psychological needs are needs about belonging, about love, about associations, about being cared for. uh, all these about being trying wanting to be happy, wanting to be looked after. So all these are psychological needs that also people who are beyond biological needs start having psychological needs. Once your biological needs are taken care of, then obviously the psychological needs kick in. That is why you will see that mostly all the developed countries or all the developed societies, even within a country like India, where it is not overall developed, but there are certain sections of people who are well to do, who are above the average financial line. For them the biological needs are taken care of, and that is where the psychological needs start creeping in. So most people who are well taken care of biologically will slowly start having psychological needs, and that creates stresses for psychology. That's why you see rich countries, people where there is no problem of basic food and shelter and clothing and basic biological uh, natural requirements. There they will start getting into psychological questions and psychological pressures, because they start exploring their psychological needs and how to fulfill them. Once you and that's why also we see that most of the developed countries, rich countries, will have maximum people having psychological problems, because their biological needs of survival are taken care of. But that's how the universe works. We need to understand this very clearly. Once that psychological need is taken care of, then comes the need for security. That is why we start looking at associating with people, or trying to ensure that whatever we have, it is safeguarded. So we start looking at security needs, how to keep our things more safer, aware of. Slowly, see, this also slowly starts creating insecurity. The more you have security needs, the more you start feeling insecure, and the more you start feeling insecure, the more you want to create situations where you start gating yourself into more and more secure environments. That is one of the reasons which why you see globally also the countries which are very rich and people who are psychologically taken care of, the next level is the insecurity, and they want to be feeling more and more secure. One of the reasons why people start having bodyguards, the moment your other two needs are taken care of, then you want people to or people for that matter take uh, you know insurances or any other modes to ensure that their securities are taken care of. The third level of need becomes, now this is detached. Most people live their life in the lower three sections, where they are completely focused on their biological, psychological, and security needs. And then comes a higher level of belongingness. Once your basic needs of biology, so psychology and security are taken care of, then you want to belong somewhere, you want to be liked, you want to be known. That is where the concept of, name, fame, success, importance, uh, position, power all start coming into picture, because you want to belong somewhere. And once that belongingness need comes, then your motivations change, your approach to life starts changing, your thought processes, your reactions to situations start changing, because you have outgrown the fundamental needs of biology, psychology, and security. It's not that the other needs are not there; they are very much there. But along with that, this new need creeps in, and which starts dominating your decision-making process, and which starts dominating your achieving process. Then comes the need for self-esteem. Once you want belong to, for example, you belong to a Lions Club, a Rotary Club, a particular party, then comes the need for self-esteem. So then you want to have an importance within that party, you want to have a position, you want to have a designation. So it's like, again, when you start into a new company, you are okay with just being part of that company, just belonging to that company or factory or workshop, or whatever organization you associate with. But slowly, once you start belonging there, the next level that creeps in is about, you want to have a self esteem, you want to have a resignation. You are not happy if you are called an assistant manager, you want to be the manager. You are not happy if you are called the manager, you want to be the general manager. You are not happy if you're called the general manager, you want to be the vice president, and then the president, and then the CEO, and then you want to even go beyond and become a director and a managing director and whatever. It just keeps on. And once you become a managing director, you want to be managing director of many companies, and it just goes on. So this all comes into this section of self-esteem needs. So this creeps in once the lower level of your needs are satisfied. So as you can see, man will always go on increasing his needs the moment they are getting satisfied or they are getting taken care of. If they are not taken care of, then the other needs slowly takes a back seat, and that is why the man focuses only on the basic needs. For example, what happened in this corona pandemic is all other needs were suddenly evaporated, and people start focusing only on biological needs, because your survival was the basic question. So automatically everything else goes out of the roof, because finally human beings are attuned to understand that for surviving they have to come down to the basics. So they will come to the basics, but as soon as the basic needs are taken care of, again the psychological needs start creeping in. That's where your online entertainment comes in, your the various platforms comes in. And then once that comes in, then once you realize you have a Netflix connection, your psychological need of watching various entertainment programs, and then comes the need of security to ensure that the connection doesn't go off, and somebody doesn't take your change your password, and is able to let go of your security needs that are there. So basically that's how it starts growing again. And then the next level comes in, and as we go even beyond, now most people are comfortable living up to this level of needs, but there is a higher need called as self-awareness need. Now this is where the a workshop like Syllogism comes in, because once you reach that self-esteem and it is taken care of, or you're not able to go beyond a particular point, that is where the area of who am I, the questions like why do I live, what is life, what is my existence, why am I living, why am I doing certain things, what is the meaning of everything around me, all these questions start creeping in. And this is the area which starts focusing on self-awareness. Once you get into this zone, very few people are able to reach that level of even inquiring in the self-awareness need mode. But once you get into the self-awareness need mode, that is where your other needs get automatically subdued or taken care of, because once you reach this level, you are entering into the area of universal bonding, universal connection, or getting aligned with the universal rules. And if you are able to do that, if you get aligned with universal rules, the other needs that are there for your existence automatically seem to align and get adjusted, because that's what we see. Most people who reach this self-awareness need, slowly getting more and more comfortable with the other needs, because all the base other needs that are there below have no ending. They are limit. They just keep on expanding. There is nowhere you can say that enough. This is where I stop. But once you get into the self-awareness mode, you start understanding that what works, what doesn't work, where I need to stop. And also I understand the futility of certain exercises. I understand what is success. I understand what is the purpose of life. I understand what is the goal that I need to do. And slowly, once you get into that zone, the other needs slowly start getting into the back seat, and that is where your true, excitement of living starts coming in. So I again, this particular workshop will try to push you more and more towards the self-awareness need and trying to fulfill that need. Once you get into that zone and you start understanding and expressing yourself in this form, you will see the benefits that it will start slowly giving you. So this particular section today that we are talking about is going to introduce you to your own self and slowly open up certain windows within you, which will start shedding light on your own self. And once this light starts falling on your own self, you will start getting a sense of awareness about certain things about you, which you may not have thought of, or which you may not be aware of yourself. But once you start doing that, this is a very good starting point, because this will start giving you the solutions to all your life problems. This is the area from where, as I was telling, the black hole area, unknown area, from where the solutions start coming in. And it is very much important for every person who is going to live a life of fulfillment, of achievement, of success, to understand this basic hierarchy and also know where they stand with respect to the various needs, and which of these needs are needs and which of these needs have become wants. So there is a difference between needs and wants, which is also what I would like each one of you to create and classify. So the third exercise that I want you to do today is try to create a list of your biological needs, followed by biological needs. Could be, you could write down anything, what type of food you want to eat, how much do you want to eat, or anything in terms of what sort of friends you want, what sort of partner you want, what is the sort of house you want, everything. So create the list of your biological needs and slowly try to look at those needs in terms of how much is the need and how much is the want part of it. And once you are able to classify your biological needs in terms of needs and wants, that would be a good starting point. Similarly, your psychological needs, what are those that you need, that you feel you require at this particular stage. Also your security needs, what is it that will make you feel secure in terms of uh, whether it is your life, your job, your body, your home, your friend circle, anything from that factor. Also in terms of belongingness needs, try to find out which are your belongingness magnets. What is it that you feel attracted towards, that you want to belong to? What sort of whether it is people, whether it is society, whether it is jobs, whether it is countries, whatever. You just try to create a list of those. Again, create it as needs and then try to see whether those are needs or those are wants, and then try to classify between uh, your pointers, as whether how much would be the fundamental requirement in terms of need, and what is an excess, which is a want. And then comes the self-esteem needs. What is it that will give you a feeling of confidence and achievement? What do you want to do in life that will make you feel fulfilled? So what will satisfy your self-esteem, your ego, that will make you feel? So create an image yourself, create a list of all those things that you feel you should have, so that you can feel that you have achieved and you have arrived. Once you do that, let us leave the self-awareness need part ahead, because those areas are something which you are not currently aware of, but I'm sure as we go ahead and we complete the workshop, we will explore more into this area. So I just want you to go and create a list of uh, list of needs and wants that you have for various uh, levels of your existence.